This is a small population of South Pacific humpback whales that come to the Kingdom of Tonga every year to mate and give birth. They do this from June through to October. This is a location I chose to begin developing the methods and techniques to produce high-resolution, life-size composite photographs of whales. I chose the humpback because they are one of the more friendly, inquisitive, and accepting of all the whale species, and it was my hope that this would yield a higher success rate. And my work is dependent upon individuals who will come upon me to inspect me at distances less than 2 meters or 6 feet. During my first field season in 2005, I had no such encounters, but I spent a considerable amount of time with several mother and calf pairs. I normally seek out inquisitive adults and groups of adults, as I like to leave the mother and calf pairs alone. But there were several that were very exceptional in their behavior towards us, and so I spent some time with them. One of the most remarkable moments with the mother calf pair was here off of our dive base in the Humpback group, and this is roughly 7 meters of water, and the mother and calf came here to rest, and mothers will often bring their calves into shallows to protect them from predators such as sharks and to ward off courting males. And here you could see her rubbing her back on the sandy bottom. I've never seen that before. It was really exciting to see. And in this sequence, the calf lowered itself to the sandy bottom and laid there, and the mother came over and rested on top of the calf, as you can see here. She let out a burst of bubbles for ballast, and then they just remained there. We were losing our light, and I certainly didn't want to get any closer to them and disrupt that moment, so we got back in the boat and called it a day, and it was just one of those many remarkable encounters in 2005. It wasn't until 2006, where I spent 93 days in the field with the same population, that I had the moment to begin practicing producing life-size, high-resolution composites of whales. And it was these two individuals here, and the one on the right came right up to me 6 feet away and allowed me to compose a series of photographs along his body. We were so close that his pec fin moved underneath my body. In my left eye, through the viewfinder, all I could see was the whale's body, and in my right eye, I studied the whale as it approached, and I could see its eye come into view, and it was really an overwhelming experience to just look through the viewfinder and see nothing but whale, and then see the whale's eye. Unfortunately, the photograph wasn't viable for a full life-size composite because of the sun's orientation in relationship to the whale's position created a harsh shadow cast over the eye, and it's the same as people. We have a brow and they have a brow, and it creates a harsh shadow. One of the things I walked away from that encounter was making sure that the sun is in the right position, and one of the things I do is I face the direction I want the whale to be in. It sometimes means that the whale comes up behind me very close, and I have to not turn around. I will peek over my shoulder a little bit to look at them, but I will not face them. They have to come over to the side I want them on if I'm going to be able to produce successful composites of them. So it's yet another lesson learned in all this work. And after nearly 5 months in the field, this was the only photograph I composed that is life-size. It is a 2-scale portrait of a 1-month-old humpback whale calf, and was the only image I had in my collection that represented my vision, and I took it with me to help raise funding and support to continue my field work and to begin my Whaling Nation exhibitions. The high point was to be able to bring this photograph to the International Whaling Commission meeting in Santiago, Chile in 2008, and that was a very important time for me.